Old historical photos you've never seen before. A young, elated Marine dances the twist with Jane Mansfield at the U.S. Naval Station in Newfoundland in 1961. Two drunken sailors asleep on a San Francisco street after celebrating Japan's defeat in 1945. A Colorado farm family enduring the severe drought, recalling the hardships of the Dust Bowl in 1954. Members of the Kappa Alpha Theta sorority at the University of Kansas reading letters and newspapers in 1939. A poor tenant farmer's wife and daughter living in the Hill region of McIntosh County, Oklahoma, in 1939. Passengers resting on reclined seats during a first-class flight in 1950s. A tenant farmer's daughter changing the water for her pet goldfish, Muskogee, Oklahoma, in 1939. Children playfully hiding snowballs, readying for fun as a man walks by Chicago in 1959. A young child standing next to their enormous television in 1978. A sharecropper's child in Pulaski County, Arkansas, in 1935. A workman cutting a steel beam with an acetylene torch near the mine tipple and engine house in Scotts Run, West Virginia, in 1938. Women handing out samples of Johnston's frozen pies in 1955. Wife of a miner receiving milk through her kitchen window as she has no refrigeration in the house, Bell County, Kentucky, in 1946. A home economics class in Ottawa, Ontario, receiving cooking instruction in 1959. Students at Duke University contributing scrap materials for the war effort in 1940s. A family relaxing on beds in their backyard at a community camp, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in 1939. A young boy reads the newspaper comics while his leash-tethered dog waits patiently for their walk to continue in 1944. Schoolgirls at Baldock County Council School in England learning to wash clothes by hand in a domestic science class in 1944. Students resting in the hall against their lockers, waiting for class at Senior High School in New Ulm, Minnesota in 1974. A miner and his wife with their 12-hour-old baby, Bell County, Kentucky in 1946. Children taking turns sliding down a metal slide in Merseyside, England in 1966. Kids buying candy at the concession counter before a movie in 1979. A father removing a piece of glass from his son's foot at Mays Avenue Camp, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in 1939. A man begging for his wife's forgiveness inside a divorce court in Chicago in 1948. Students at Duke University contributing scrap materials for the war effort in 1940s. A soldier with his date in Boston, Massachusetts in 1940. A happy French girl smiling as she holds her cat outside her home in 1959. A little boy being examined by a doctor on the front porch of his home, with his mother and father beside him in 1940. A kid at Mays Avenue Camp, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, eating an overripe cantaloupe in 1939. Teenagers hanging out in a parking lot after school, New Jersey in 1973. Two young women using a wishing well in California, 1945. A group of girls enjoying an outdoor painting class during a school trip to the beach in 1933. A young girl reading a comic book at a supermarket in Anchorage, Alaska in 1958. Elevator girls at the Marshall Field and Company department store in Chicago, which in 1947. A father reading the Sunday comics to his daughter in 1946. Mariemont High School students dancing at their prom, Cincinnati, Ohio, in 1958. A loving grandfather reads to his grandchildren in Enid, Oklahoma, in 1948. A farmer and his family on their farm in Oklahoma in 1942. A man resting in a bed with a makeshift roof built over it at Mays Avenue Camp in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in 1939. Two daughters wash the family car while their mother looks on Enid, Oklahoma, in 1948. Two young boys wide-eyed with amazement experience the thrill of their very first elevator ride, 1948. Children playing and boxing with a space hopper in the streets of London in 1975. A 17-year-old boy examining the results of his first shave in Des Moines, Iowa, in 1945. Mickey Mantle tosses his helmet in disgust following a disappointing at-bat in Yankee Stadium in 1965. A mother sewing while her son reads the newspaper comics in their farmhouse, Oklahoma, in 1942. A boy reading a comic book while getting a haircut, Garden City, New York, in 1942. A man mesmerized with his date in New York in 1954. A family enjoying a backyard barbecue in 1953. A.U.S. Marine smiling while reading his mail in a foxhole on Iwo Jima, 1945. A babysitter engrossed in reading a magazine while the child in her care playfully sneaks and attacked Des Moines, Iowa, 1957. A student at a one-room schoolhouse in Montana preparing to raise the American flag in 1941. Girl students in a home management class at Woodrow Wilson High School, Washington, D.C. in 1943. A boy and his little sister fishing during trout season in Reno, Nevada in 1948. A Dust Bowl farmer with his tractor and young son, Claude, New Mexico in 1938. A man reading the comics section of the Detroit Times on his front porch in 1943. A cheerful, well-dressed woman leaving the supermarket with her groceries in 1950s. An Air Force test pilot wearing an MA-2 high-altitude flight helmet, drinking Heinz grape juice in 1954. Students arriving at their one-room school on horseback, Rygate, Montana in 1941. Two students at a one-room schoolhouse in Rygate, Montana, raising an American flag in 1941. Passengers wait while watching coin-operated televisions at the Greyhound bus station in Los Angeles in 1969. Two women preparing the batter for a fudge cake in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1947. Gunner Hector Murdoch returns to his new prefabricated home in Tulse Hill, London in 1945. The Mona Lisa being carefully unpacked at the Louvre Museum in Paris following the end of World War II in 1945. Wealthy businessmen playing cards in the club car aboard the New Haven Railroad in 1949. Elevator operators at Marshall Field's department store, Chicago in 1947. A soda bottle return rack from the 1960s. A woman having a seam painted onto her leg to mimic stockings in 1926. At a high school sock hop in Oklahoma City, teenagers took off their shoes to protect the gym floor in 1946. The devastating Ohio River flood hitting Louisville, Kentucky, 1937. A babysitter playing hide and seek with the children in her care in the evening in 1948. A boy preparing a sandwich at Mays Avenue Camp, Oklahoma in 1939. Schoolboys walking home together after class in Brooklyn, New York in 1940. A teacher watches over her students as they receive lessons from the Library Media Center in 1972. A kindergarten girl helping her friend tie an apron smock in the classroom in 1960s. A clock vending machine on the streets of Berlin, Germany in 1963. A man admiring a window display of radios for sale, New York City in 1940s. Margaret Gorman, the first ever Miss America in 1922.